Today, Precarious plays
Fire Emblem!
Dude, you've gotta want to hear what I have to say about Lynn's backflip arcs.
Okay. How do I do that more?
Just open your ear holes and...
Congested, can't do it.
Okay, well, that was a short conversation. I'm gonna talk about space engineers instead. I have a fleet of ships, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been slow work. Space engineers, if you're not familiar with space engineers, is one of the many children of Minecraft, in the sense that it is a game that relies on a Lego-esque erector set style. These are your components. They work together thusly. Go crazy.
Yeah.
Style of building.
Yeah, sort of toy feeling
Yes.
to it.
It is very much... But to go back to what I was just... If Minecraft is Lego,
Yeah.
Space Engineers is much more like an erector set.
Yeah.
So with like the powered bits included.
And like the little metal wrench that's really small for children's hands. And like the little like belts that you put on the gears. And all of the nice things.
Yeah, all of the fiddly extra bits that it's really disappointing. I got an erector set when I was probably like 4 to 6, like that range.
Yeah.
I recall because of where I was living at the time.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't really appreciate it, especially. Like, I didn't think like, wow, this is so cool.
You were just like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, it was just another like toy.
Right.
And that is so bizarre to me thinking about it now. Just because I remember being in like my great-grandparents' house.
Yeah.
And rigging up, like using string and toothpicks and tape and like little army men and post-it notes. Rigging up like a little gondola.
Yeah.
To carry them from the second floor to the first floor.
Yeah, like...
That is some pretty intense engineering to do.
As like a 4...
Well, like a 7 or 8 year old, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't I just do that with the erector set? Like, what happened? I don't have it anymore. It's long gone.
Could you read already when you were like 3 or 4?
I don't think I learned to read early. I'm pretty sure I picked it up very quickly, I assure you.
Oh my goodness.
But, well, look, it's just, I've got, since I'm opening up all of these old memories.
Yeah.
I have a lot of clear memories of, the people like in like the special programs, like
Yeah.
the advanced, the accelerated learning style programs.
Yeah.
Just lording that kind of information.
I learned to read when I was 3.
I taught myself to read from a thesaurus whenever I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
I already knew how to read by the time I got to...
I got put in remedial classes for about a week because I learned 2 languages.
Yeah, it's because you were bilingual.
Yeah, bilingual. No, trilingual at that point.
Yeah, sorry.
'cause-
Trilingual by the time you were in... You started elementary school.
Yeah, look, I had to keep up. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, so they thought you were
that I couldn't do
dope,
English.
But you just had 2 other languages bouncing around.
Yeah, so, but anyways, I think that maybe if you had been able to read the instructions, you probably would have gotten right on that.
I think that
Because you love instructions.
at that point, You know what's right now? This is stupid. This is really stupid. I think that's like the second shitty level up that Florina's gotten in a row.
She's so strong. Like, goddamn.
She could be stronger.
Oh my God.
I think the first thing that I can remember reading, the first thing that I really remember reading clearly,
Yeah.
like outside of school, like I'm trying to think of like a touchstone, something that I read in my life at home, you know?
Yeah, like a bottle of something. Or...
Yeah, like a bottle or a sign or like the earliest thing I can think of was an ad for Nintendo Power.
You were like,
outside of school.
Yeah.
So at that point, yes, I could already read.
Okay.
I could already read by the time I had the Erector set because I got that
At
for
the same
Christmas.
time as Nintendo Power.
Yeah, I got that for Christmas after I'd seen that Nintendo Power ad.
Okay.
So good, I unraveled that.
Timeline established.
Anyway, back to the original point. Space Engineers.
Yeah.
It is similar to Minecraft in that you're building with blocks. It is dissimilar to Minecraft in the graphical style and the presentation, which is, it lends itself more towards realism.
Mm-hmm.
It has an abstraction about it.
Yeah.
Like there's this nice sci-fi sheen to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And further, it is dissimilar to Minecraft in that the things that you build
Yeah.
can move.
Yeah.
And that's the critical one. That's the critical difference. Also, the terrain isn't necessarily blocky.
Mm-hmm.
Like asteroids and planets, they use a different system. They use different kind of a different volume of voxel.
Yeah, but it is still...
Something that you can like dig out and deform.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't come in like these nice regular cubes. So I have a fleet of ships that I've been designing, and I hadn't played a game in the survival mode recently when I did like this first pass over this fleet of ships.
Yeah.
And I have just recently played a ton of Space Engineers in survival because there was a mod that I found on the workshop that made it very compelling to play the game in survival mode
Yeah.
for a long period of time. And now I've gone back to that fleet of ships, and I intended to pick up where I left off and just keep building like the next biggest thing.
Yeah.
But then I looked at the smallest ones and I went, oh no, those could be better. Like I could really make them better now.
Oh, yeah. And so you're like, maybe if I just tweak these just a little bit.
Maybe if I just, like take this and then cut it in half to reveal the innards and then like rebuild it to new specifications, then maybe it'd be better.
Let's just polish this turd for a little while longer.
Whoa, hey, these are some classy designs.
Hey, I'm just trying to be offensive.
Fuck you.
It worked. Go me.
Just so you know, I've gone beyond devil's advocacy, and I'm intentionally being a thorough douchebag. Why did you... Is he out of ballista bolts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that to happen.
You gave me a panic. You gave me the vapors. But I'm not... I am no longer worried.
I'm just equipping everybody with hand axes right now because...
Because it's the best weapon in the game?
It might be. I used to hate them. But it might be pretty good.
It is... Probably... I mean, it and the javelin are really good.
Yeah.
Especially characters that can use both.
Well, especially if you get your characters that strong.
To overcome the sort of inherent poor
Yeah.
accuracy and low damage compared to an axe.
But when you have a team of amazing badasses that you have been honing over a number of... How long have we been playing this game?
40
Doesn't
hours
matter.
at least.
Yeah, over a number of hours.
40 of them,
Yep.
approximately.
Oh, I was supposed to do something with Lucius, wasn't I?
No. Don't think so. Make sure you keep Elliewood close to the start so that way he can talk to...
Yeah, I have to keep him
Wyvern
on this
girl.
island. I want him to be a little closer to these fellows.
Now, Merlinus can't do anything, right? Like, he can't pick up anyone.
Nope.
That's so weird. That's
Well,
very
he's already
peculiar.
carrying all our shit.
Well, what's one more Ninian, you know?
Well, yeah.
She can just sit on top. She's not that heavy. And I have numbers that demonstrate
that represent that, yeah. Oh, this is just so rewarding. You know, I'm really glad that we decided to play this, like, together and really crunch the numbers.
Well, it was hard. Okay, if you add in your... Ultimately, this is a little harsh, but ultimately it was a failed attempt at beating the game.
Yeah.
From your ute.
Yeah. I gave
If you
up.
add that in, then it has been a hard-fought journey
Yeah.
to this point. It's been over a decade. Because this series never really left your mind. You were always like,
no.
Fire Emblem, I like Fire Emblem, I like playing Fire Emblem, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna beat them.
I mean,
The games, one of them.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we mentioned it, but the reason I stopped playing was because somebody who I let borrow the game deleted my save data, and at that point, I just did not have the will to get to the point I was at again. It was just not something that I could do. It was too much.
I feel like I offered to get you back to that point, but I
thought that was dishonorable
Yes.
at the moment because I like this game so much.
And I think I probably would have agreed because your characters would have been very different.
Yeah,
I think than to the ones that I would
think so.
train up.
See, look at these motherfuckers. They keep showing up, just popping out of the castle like it's no big deal. Boop! Hey! Oh, sorry. Did we miss the fight? Fucking assholes.
And then like 6 recently made dead comrades of theirs fly by, get blasted back. Wah!
Oh, we should probably do something about that.
Like maybe just go back inside the castle though. I mean,
They're determined. Wow, how did she... Oh, is it because she's holding the fancy thing?
both of her other weapons broke.
Oh, fuck. Shopping?
Merlinus.
Okay.
That was intentional. Those were weapons that were low durability that we just wanted out of our inventory. We had a major inventory snafu where we had several characters dedicated to carrying bullshit, and Merlinus, his inventory was still at the 100 item limit.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we use those stat boosters.
Yeah.
It's because they're consumable.
Yeah.
So Space Engineers,
Yeah.
I didn't realize for a while that what I considered to be like there are 3 forms of propulsion. Aerial propulsion
Yeah.
in Space Engineers. God, poor Raven.
He's real strong.
He's real strong, but he could be stronger. There are still more numbers to be had. There are 3 forms of propulsion to move you about. I don't want to say in the air, because there are planets, so it is possible to move through actual air.
In space.
Yeah, well, yes, yeah, move through space.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that does apply everywhere.
Yes.
So there are 3 forms of propulsion. Oh no, because I'm trying... Okay, so there are 4 forms of propulsion.
We could say outer space.
Generally. Well, no, because then it doesn't include planets. Oh, God.
0G?
There are wheels. There are wheels. I'll say that and then just fuck wheels. Forget wheels. Temporarily. there are 3 forms of propulsion that you would use to move a flying vehicle, right?
Right.
Something that is not bound to the ground. Atmospheric thrusters, ion thrusters, and hydrogen thrusters. Because I have played the game since very early in its development, when there were only... Well, she needs to retreat anyway. I see Florina. She needs to retreat so she doesn't just waste her spear on those guys.
Yeah, I know. But it's not like they can get through here. I'm kind of hoping that...
Well, I just don't... You did like a pouty, like, controller smash.
I'm mad because this is a really safe spot and there are 2 nearly dead enemies here and I wanted Lucius to get that experience, but he can only make it here.
Do either of them have ranged weapons?
No.
Have Sane and Priscilla take Raven and Kent's weapons away?
Oh...
If he needs the experience, like,
he
badly.
Doesn't need it
if he's behind.
He's not really behind. We've got characters on all levels. I was just upset because it's 1 damn square. But hey, look who's here.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be fine.
So 3 forms of propulsion. There's atmospheric, ion, and hydrogen. And since I played the game so early in its development, whenever there was only 1 form of propulsion, ion, in my mind, that just was cemented as, like, the default. So most of my vehicles in space, I would just ignore hydrogen completely. Because I didn't see the purpose of hydrogen, because I knew it was more powerful and it would work in atmosphere and in a vacuum. But I'd never liked it because both other kinds of thrusters, they can just run on electricity. So I would ignore hydrogen because the other 2 kinds of thrust, they can just run on electricity. You can run them forever as long as you have, like, a solar panel, you know?
Aren't I supposed to do something with barrier?
Oh, yeah. I wanted to see...
Would this be a good spot?
If you move...
And if I move him down 1.
No. Oh, yeah. Just 2. Just testing 2 would be enough.
Yeah.
And will it target both of them, or do you have to... No, that's so weird. So it only targets 1.
Oh well. It's cool.
You still might want to do it, because then he'll get the experience for it.
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, it's pretty.
It is. Many of them are. Wow. Wasn't a lot of experience.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing, but, you know, hey, I'll take what I can get. I think I want to bring him back down a little bit. Just a touch.
We're so close to the end of the game that you can use those alternate dances much more often.
Yeah, I guess I don't think about them. You should remind me whenever you're, like, backseat tacticianing.
I will. I'll probably try to point them out again whenever we're closer to the boss, because I think we can use it to take him out more cleanly. Because I think that the strategy you developed is safe, but not very fast.
Yeah.
So...
that happens. I usually know what I'm doing, but I don't move too quickly.
Hydrogen always felt like an unnecessary complication, because without mods, there's only 1 hydrogen tank, as far as I'm aware, and it's massive. Unlike other thrusters, which are like self-contained, and you can just slap them on anywhere and they will work.
Yeah.
Hydrogen thrusters have to be plumbed. You have to run tubes to and from the thruster and the conveyor network.
Right.
But playing in survival made me realize they take almost no components. Like, the fact, like, small hydrogen thrusters for a small ship.
Yeah.
They might as well be free, you know? Compared to, like, even just 1 ion thruster, which requires, like, platinum I remember thinking like, wow, is the intention here for this mod supposed to be that I like hijack a ship and then take it apart somehow? And then I realized after playing it for a little bit, I was like, no, what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to use hydrogen first, not last.
I see.
The renewable thrust of ion, using it in space, is an end goal for survival. It's not the starting point.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing that I did in that survival game. That's the first operational ship I had.
Yeah.
It was a mining ship that is powered by hydrogen, which is something that I never would have considered. I wouldn't have been like, hydrogen is something that you use to get from the surface of a planet to space. And like, that was where that's what I had pinned on hydrogen. Like, that's all it was for in my mind.
Yeah.
And maybe for like select combat vehicles that you need them to have a lot of get up and go. So that was just a really cool discovery, and it has changed a lot of those ships that I designed.
Yeah.
Probably with 2 or 3 more revisions, I'll finally be like, yeah, these are good enough to put on the workshop. Well, look, there are like 2 kinds of things that I see on the workshop for space engineers. There's absolute brilliance in some field, because it's either just, it's beautiful, or it's just really good, or interesting, or some combination of those.
Yeah.
Or it's just poop.
Poopy poop butt garbage.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna be great.
That was cool. I don't know if I've ever seen the Pegasus Knight sword crit.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know what else you were expecting. Level 15 Falco Knight Florina.
Did I say Pegasus Knight?
Yeah.
I did, didn't I?
But I was also having trouble pronouncing Falco Knight for a second,
Well,
so I wasn't trying to be an asshole, it just happened.
Good thing I brought my dishonorable disembowelment knife.
Oh, I don't know if that's necessary.
Here we go. Now that I've
no,
besmirched my
thank
family's
you.
honor.
No, don't. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
You're right. It is very sharp. It will be a fine death.
No. I switched it with butter. Not even a butter knife. I
Just with the butter.
I couldn't find the butter knife, so I just switched it with butter. I'm real fast. I float and teleport sometimes. Okay, just here's a stick of butter. You are now
Delicious.
delicious. Yes.